So here, I got a question for you,
Yeah.
TK. I got a real good question for you. Let's say someone has a dream, right? But they're scared of failure. Let's say someone says, all right, this is my dream. I want to be out of debt. I want to be this. I want to do that. And when they look down the road, they see there's a possibility, a strong possibility that they could fail. Not just once, but several times, trying to get to that dream, that goal, that vision. What would you say to that individual right now who's saying, you know what, I want to be debt free, but I know people are going to clown on me because I don't have this car, or I want to go out and pursue this acting job, but I may fail at the tryouts. I mean, I want to join this basketball team, but you know what, I can't shoot like that. I may fail. Hey, I want to be in a relationship, but I may fail at some things in a relationship. What do you say to that individual?
Well, first, I'm going to be the bearer of bad news.
Uh-oh.
When you follow your dreams, I don't think it's possible that you may fail. I think it's absolutely certain that you're going to fail.
Oh, wait. Bruh. Don't say that.
I think...
Don't say that, bro.
So I reject this idea that when you wish upon a star, it makes no difference who you are. I believe that if you're the type of person who follows a dream, you will probably be heartbroken and disappointed in ways that you could never even imagine.
Wow.
Here's the problem, though. We live in a culture that tells us that the best reason for following a dream is that we may get everything that we want. But I believe that dreams are a form of spiritual practice.
Okay.
The purpose for following a dream isn't that we might get everything we want.
Yeah.
But it's rather we will get to become a superior version of ourselves in spite of the failures that happen along the way. On the other side of your fears, on the other side of all the challenges that await you when you pursue a dream, is a version of you that is funnier than the person that's listening right now, that's wiser than the person that's listening right now, that's more empathetic than the person that's listening right now. And you don't get to become that version of yourself unless you face your fears and go after the things that are in your heart. You know what's funny? When I grew up, my father's a pastor, and I heard a lot of preachers coming up. There was this one preacher that my brother and I loved to listen to, man.
Right.
And the reason he was so interesting to us is because he used to be really passionate about basketball, and he thought he was going to go to the NBA. He tried out for the Golden State Warriors, actually, and he never made the NBA.
Are you serious?
The preacher that was the most interesting to us was the guy who tried to become an NBA player and failed. Every time that guy taught, we wanted to listen because there was something about a man who knew what it was like to face a dream, follow it, and say, all right,
absolutely,
it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but I came out on the other side a better person that made us knew he was our guy. The pearl of great price when it comes to your story in life is to be the kind of person who can represent to others what it means to be true to yourself. And if you're going to teach people, if you're going to influence people, if you're going to serve people, you don't want to be caught up in the business of telling folks to follow their dreams when you can't say the same about your own life. I never want someone to look at me and be like, Mr. Coleman, did you follow your dream? Oh, no, I just wrote a book about it, so you can pay me $20 to follow yours. No way, brother. I'm going to be ready for that question every day, all day. Yes, young man, I followed all of my dreams, and some of them I actually won. Some of them I actually lost, but with the ones that I lost, I developed more courage. And everything that is good in my life is the result of either a dream I succeeded at achieving or a dream that I failed at. They're all valuable because you know what the real prize is? It's not the thing that you get when you follow a dream. The real prize is the actualization of your own potential. It's becoming who you were born to be. Moses did not get the opportunity to enter into the promised land, but by walking the path that God called him to walk, he became something that he could not have otherwise been.
Man, bro, you teaching good here, man. I agree with you. I'm a golfer. Do you play golf?
Nah.
Oh, man, I got to teach you on that.
I'm open, man.
I mean, that's the sport that I believe every wise man should be playing. So I picked up the game of golf, and I'm a member of a private club here in Tennessee, right? And so hole number 10 is like the hardest hole on our South course. And every time I get to that hole, TK, every time for the last 3 years, I would just say, you know what, I'm going I'm going to double bogey this one. And double bogey means that I don't hit it on time. Like I hit 2 over.
Yeah.
Because to really make it, you have to hit over a long, long, long lake, like a long pond.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to lose no balls because I spent a lot of money for these balls. I don't look like a fool.
Right.
You know? So I'm like, and then here's the thing. I'm sitting there one day and I'm sitting there golfing and there was just this old man. And he gets up there and he hits over the lake.
Mm.
And he sees me, I line up to hit on the safe side.
Yeah.
He said, young man, what are you doing? I was like, I'm about to hit. No. Go for it. I was like, no, I can't make that. I'm scared. You scared? You scared to learn how to do it, son? I was like, scared to learn how to? No, I'm scared to lose my ball. He said, son, you know how many balls I've lost in this pond? I was like, how many? He said, probably about like 500 balls. But you're younger than me and stronger than me. If I can do that, so can you. But you have to be willing to lose some balls.
Come on.
And I said, So I changed my position. I go grab a longer club to do it. And bro, I failed. I failed. So we get over there to, I had to drop because when you land in the water, you got to drop near where you failed at, right? Here's his first question. He didn't say, it's okay. He said, so what did you learn? I was like, what do you mean? He said, what did you learn? And he was like, let's talk about your swing. What did you learn not to do the next time you come to this hole? And I was like, yo, and we literally talked about and dissected my swing. And he said, hey, son, when you fail, you learn. When you learn, you improve. When you improve, you grow.
Oh, wow.
And now today, I can get over that pond so easy because earlier last year, I said, yo, I'm going to lose as many balls as I need to lose so I can learn how to play golf. So now when I go over to any course, any world, when I see long water, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Because I want to fail, because I want to know what am I capable of doing. And if I'm always staying inside my comfort zone, I'm not growing. Nothing extraordinary is going to happen. If I want to beat the course, I have to get over that water. And if you want to beat life, you have to get over your sweet spot, your comfort zone. You got to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone and be willing to fail. Michael Jordan was willing to take the last shot. He was willing to fail. That's why he is Michael Jordan. LeBron James, well, let's leave that alone. Because, LeBron ain't willing to fail sometimes. He'll throw the ball. Like, hit the ball, LeBron. If you're watching me right now, kick the ball, boy. Anyways, he's still the best player right now. But, boy, good gracious. Anyways,
Can we stick with basketball?
Stick with it. Go ahead. What you want to talk about? Because if you're going to talk about basketball, bro, now wait a minute. I love football, but I love basketball more. So let's talk about it. What you going to say?
For those who are listening, don't worry. I'm not going to go too deep.
Who's your team in the basketball world?
I'm from Chicago, man.
So you still a Bulls fan right now?
I'm still a Bulls fan, man. What's the point of being a fan if I can't root for you when you're down?
Do you and your wife live in Chicago right now?
No.
Where you live?
We live in South Carolina.
Well, y'all ain't got no team. I see why you're a Chicago fan.
Exactly. But hey, man, I was a Cubs fan ever since I was a kid. When we finally got that World Series, all that losing, that's what made it feel so amazing. But when I was in 5th grade, and we're at basketball practice, the coach had us doing those figure 8 drills where you learn how to work on your handles. And for me, looking good was very important.
Absolutely.
And so I did the drills well.
Yeah.
And the coach was walking around, and he looked at me, and he said it to everybody because he was a nice guy, but I knew he was talking to me. He said, if you're not messing up, you're not doing it right.
Ooh.
One of my favorite definitions of learning comes from Chalmers Brothers in a book called The Pursuit of Happiness, Language and the Pursuit of Happiness. He says, learning is the process of doing what you don't know how to do while you don't know how to do it.
Come on, man.
Most of us like to avoid failure and avoid looking bad, so we say, I'm going to figure out how to do it first so I can get some guarantees of success. Then I'm going to do it. That way I don't look bad. But if that's the way you're going about it, you're not learning. If you're not opening yourself to the experience of failure, you're simply not getting better. So whatever success you're experiencing, man, how can you enjoy that when you're such a shallow version of who you're meant to be? Second thing I want to say about this fear. I think a lot of people only allow themselves to experience fear as a theory. Fear as a theory is when you can form a mental picture of something bad that might happen and you avoid doing things that could bring about the manifestation of that picture. That's experiencing fear as a theory. Experiencing fear as a lived reality is entirely different.
Good.
That's when you go after the stuff that you want, even though you know some things may happen that you may not like. And one of the most interesting things about fear is that when you experience fear as a lived reality, you find that it's far less scary
Absolutely.
than when you experience it as a theory. As a theory, an idea in your head, a boogeyman about all the different ways your friends are gonna laugh at you. Oh, it's so frightening. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But then when you actually go after stuff, the lived reality is all of those things that you feared are the very things that make your life most interesting. 20, 30, 40 years from now, when you're telling your story, people are not going to want to hear the part where you're like, for 20 years, I showed up to work on time, I didn't make any mistakes, and I read a bunch of cool books.
That is so boring.
People are already asleep.
Yep.
The part they're going to want to hear is, tell me about that time you asked that girl out and she laughed in your face. That's the most interesting part of the story.
I got several of those. That's probably why I'm still single. But that's real, man. I'll tell you one of the greatest fears I got over was coming here. I grew up in a very Black culture, in a very strong Black community. Went to the second largest, oldest Baptist church, Black Baptist church in the world before coming here. And when I told people I was coming to work with Ramsey, and be a personality and really take my message to a more diverse audience. Everybody, and I say everybody, but a lot of people within my world, within my culture said, you're going to fail. A lot of people in my culture say, you're not going to be accepted over there because you're Black. You're not articulate as them and you don't sound as polished as them. You're going to fail. You're going to suck. And it almost worked on me, bro. Because I remember the day before I signed the agreement to come over here to the speakers group, I remember getting a phone call from a family member, and my family member saying, you're not going to win over there. And I got scared. And during that time, God said, do you trust men or do you trust me? And he told me, you will make mistakes. You are going to fail at some things. But I'm still going to be with you because you're doing what I'm telling you to do, not what men are telling you to do. And TK, I came over here scared. I came over here in fear because I'm like, okay, do I change who I am? And I'll be real, I changed a little bit of who I was. And God said, I ain't tell you to change. That's where I felt that. I made some horrible mistakes by trying to change a little bit of who I was to fit into a world that I wasn't familiar with. And God said, that was your first failure. I made so many mistakes, but I was willing to trust God and to do what he told me to do. And because I was willing to fail, and when I was failing, I was learning. That is setting not just myself up, man, but I'm so grateful because I'm going to have so many stories to tell my kids. I'm going to be able to educate them on why the world is divided. But hey, because I'm inside of both, listen, I love my Black brothers and sisters just as much as I love my white brothers and sisters. And here's why. Here's me making this decision was the main reason why I'm able to build the wealth that I am and leave my kids with wealth, because I was willing to fail. I was willing to be in an unknown space. But while I was failing, I was learning. And still to this day, I'm making some mistakes. Still to this day, I'm generating stories. And I love it. I actually look forward to failing. And for real, it's like, the team here knows, I have no problem trying something. I have no problems. Well, Anthony, he'll just say that. I sure will. Anthony, he'll just do it. I sure will. Because I believe when you play it safe, you don't experience and really get to experience everything God has for you. He didn't play it safe. So why am I going to play it safe? Now, do I want to purposely go out there and fail? No. But am I just going to sit here because I know I'm perfectly safe? No. I'm not going to do it. I want to fail so I can learn. And I want to learn so I can improve. And I want to improve so I can grow and reach and accomplish and do everything God put me on this earth to do. But if you're not willing to fail, you're not willing to be successful.